It's the first of the month. Margaret, who is 72, pours her coffee and settles in to review her bank account, exactly as she does every time. But the figure on the screen is incorrect. Her Social Security deposit appears, yet it's merely half of what she expected. Half. The rent is owed, the power bill is owed, and half her payment has simply vanished. She searches through her mail and uncovers a notice she put aside weeks earlier. It states she was overpaid by Social Security, funds she never realized she received, and now they're reclaiming it. If your heart just stumbled a moment, I need you to remain with me, because what I'm about to describe could be the difference between holding on to your money and surrendering half your payment every single month. Hello, my friend. I am Edward. For years, my entire work has been studying the fine print within Social Security and retirement rules so that ordinary retirees aren't caught off guard by them. And I want you to draw a slow breath this very moment, because here is the encouraging news. This circumstance is not without hope. There are plain, official steps taken directly from Social Security's own website that can halt this, reduce it, or in certain cases, erase the debt entirely. I'm going to guide you through precisely what this rule states, who it touches, and the exact forms that defend you. But please remain until the very end, because there is one silent mistake that thousands of seniors are committing right now. They believe they have 90 days to respond when the genuine deadline to halt the money from being seized is far shorter. Miss it, and the withholding begins regardless. I'll demonstrate exactly how to sidestep that. Let me share the story of Robert. Robert is 67. He labored his entire life, contributed to Social Security with every paycheck, and retired believing the difficult part was behind him. He did nearly everything correctly. One day, a notice arrived from the Social Security Administration. It stated that, owing to a mix-up in his records, he had received more than he should have throughout the prior year. The notice said he owed that money back. Now, here's where Robert made his single mistake. He read the notice, felt that tightness in his stomach, and figured, I'll handle this later. I've got time. He'd heard somewhere that you receive 90 days, so he placed the notice on the counter and allowed the weeks to slip by. What Robert failed to grasp is this. The clock to halt the money from being drawn out of his check is far shorter than 90 days. By the moment he finally phoned, Social Security had already begun withholding half of his monthly benefit. Here's the piece that truly hurts. When Robert eventually examined it, he learned the overpayment wasn't even his fault. It was a clerical error on their side. He could have requested they forgive the whole debt, but because he delayed, the money was already being taken while his case waited in line. Robert's story is not uncommon. It strikes good, careful people every single month, so let's ensure it does not strike you. Let me explain this gradually and plainly. An overpayment merely means Social Security believes it paid you more than you were due. This can occur because of a shift in your income, your work, your marital status, your living situation, or, quite frequently, because of an error on their side. Now, here is the rule that's generating all the worry. If you receive one of these overpayment notices and you take no action, Social Security will automatically withhold 50%, half, of your monthly benefit until the debt is settled. For SSI, it's 10%. I want to be entirely honest with you about the specifics because accuracy matters and I don't want you misled. This 50% rate is a change that Social Security established in 2025. It is the rule in force now, moving into 2026. It applies to new overpayment notices for retirement, survivor, family, and disability benefits. If your overpayment is an older one from before this change or it's an SSI overpayment, It generally remains capped at merely 10%. So if you hear somebody shouting that they're taking half from everyone, that's not entirely accurate. It's half on the new notices. I want you to understand the truth, not the panic. Now here is the single most crucial thing in this entire video. The deadlines. You may have heard you have 90 days. Folks repeat it constantly, but listen closely. According to Social Security's own page, if you request a waiver or an appeal within 30 days of the notice, they will not begin collecting while they review your request. That phrase, within 30 days, is everything. If you wait beyond it, they can start taking half your check before they've even completed reviewing your case. That is the trap Robert stumbled into. So, in your mind, the deadline is not 90 days. It is 30 days to safeguard your money. So what are your actual rights? There are 3 of them, and they are 3 separate forms. Don't confuse them. First, if you don't believe you were overpaid whatsoever, or you think the amount is incorrect, you file Form SSA-561. That's a request for reconsideration. You're informing them, I disagree, please review again. Second, and note this one down, Form SSA-632, the request for waiver of overpayment recovery. This is the mighty one. If the overpayment was not your fault and you cannot afford to repay it, this form requests they forgive the debt entirely, and there's no time limit to request a waiver. This is the form that could have rescued Robert thousands. Third, Form SSA-634, a request for change in overpayment recovery rate. This is for when you accept that you owe the money, but you simply cannot endure on half a check. You ask them to take a smaller amount each month, something you can genuinely live with, and you don't have to manage all of this by mail. You can phone Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213 or upload these forms through your My Social Security account online. One more protection you deserve to understand, this one from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. If your Social Security arrives by direct deposit, your bank is obligated to automatically shield the last 2 months' worth of those benefits from being frozen or garnished by ordinary debt collectors. That's a federal safeguard resting quietly in your favor. So let's transform all of this into 3 simple actions. If you recall nothing else, recall these. Step 1. Open every notice from Social Security the day it arrives and verify the date. Do not put it aside like Robert did. The instant you spot the word overpayment, circle the date on that notice and count 30 days forward. That is your genuine deadline to act. Step 2. Choose the correct form and submit it within those 30 days. If you believe they're wrong, file the SSA-561 appeal. If it wasn't your fault and you can't afford it, file the SSA-632 waiver. If you merely need the monthly bite to be smaller, file the SSA-634. When uncertain, phone 1-800-772-1213 and ask them which one suits your situation. Acting within 30 days is what keeps the money in your account while they review. Step 3. Retain copies of everything and confirm directly with the source. Make a copy of every notice, every form, and every confirmation. Never depend on a rumor, a phone call from a stranger, or even a YouTube video, including this one, as your final word. Always verify your own situation on the official site, ssa.gov, or by phoning Social Security yourself. Your records are your protection. My friend, here's the hard truth. Rules like this one shift quietly. The withholding rate alone moved from 10% to 100%, back down to 50%, all within roughly a year. By the time most people learn about a change, the deadline has frequently already passed. YouTube won't always inform you in time. Notifications get overlooked, videos get buried. So, if you'd like to stay ahead of these changes, I've assembled a free Senior Benefits Protection Guide that walks through these exact forms and deadlines in plain language, so you'll have them ready if a notice ever arrives in your mailbox. You can find the link in the description below. A gentle word of caution, because I care about your safety. Seniors are heavily targeted by scammers, so never reveal your social security number, your banking details, or any payment over a chat or a phone call from someone who reached out to you first. My guide is free, and it will never request that from you. When uncertain, always go straight to SSA.gov or phone Social Security yourself. If this assisted you, do me one favor. Share it with one person you cherish who's over 65. It could rescue them half their check. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.